Okay, so Scraffito. Grab my. I know it's here somewhere. There it is. All right. I'm going to go through this again, and then I'm going to grab some stuff around the room that is what we are going to, examples of what we're doing. So let me get this up for you guys here. So Erica, this is a good time to join because we're just starting a new project. All right, give me a sec. All right, I'm just waiting for the board to come up. Slowly but surely.
Miss Mo.
Yeah.
I don't have any clay from last time. Like I have the colored one, but for this project. So is there a time that I can come pick them up?
Yeah, it's gonna. I'm gonna get stuff together and have it out for you Monday and or Tuesday.
I have a doctor's appointment Monday, so Tuesday would be better for me.
Okay, actually, I might put up a little survey tonight for you guys to fill out tomorrow, so I would know how to get you stuff or when to get you stuff. All right, so can you see this? Are you guys seeing my screen?
No.
Okay. Let's see what I did wrong. Uh-oh, where are you guys? I totally lost my Zoom. Oh no. Are you guys there? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. For some reason, I've lost Zoom on my computer, so I can't make any changes. How could that be? Huh. Let me go back here. Oh my gosh. All right. Yay, I'm back. All right. So much for technical difficulties. All right, so I'm going to go back here and share my screen. Sorry. And I'm going to show you the Scraffito PowerPoint that we saw yesterday. Okay, so it's two different spellings, right? You have the American spelling with a C, and then you have the Italian spelling with a G. It's kind of said the same way, but it's about scratching into pottery for decorating. So some examples are very simple kind of line drawings. The white part is the clay, so that's been carved away, and the black part is slip that was added to the clay and then drawn through. And then the blue parts are glazed. So it was, the black was put on, the drawing was done, and then it was fired for the first time, and then glaze was put on the inside. Clear glaze was put on the outside, and then blue glaze was put on the foot. So some people can do use tracing paper and do a design, or you can draw right on the clay. These are tiles, so it's a little bit easier, but what you would do is kind of sketch out your design. Then you can cover the whole thing with black, and then you can go back in and you know what your design looks like. That's a good way to do it because if you covered it with black and then you made a mistake, you would just have to go back and cover it with black again. But sometimes like double layers look a little bit darker. So this is a really good way of doing it, is having the sketch done on your clay before you start carving and also before you start adding the slip. And then you use tools to carve away. Most of you have those tools that I gave you for the the claymation that I had for you with the oil-based clay. So you can go ahead and use those tools, or if you have other tools that you might want to use, that would be good. But I think those are the best. That's if we were here in school or you were in here in school. Those are what we would be using, what you have from the claymation project. So here's some more examples. You know, there's a lot of carving away that happened here and a lot of smoothing out that happened. Here's the same thing. This was done before a bisque firing, so it has that gray color of clay before it was fired. So you're going to make your form, and then what's going to happen is you're going to let it dry out just a little bit. If you could remember what leather hard is. So leather hard is where it still looks wet. It's not white yet. You know how the clay turns color and it turns white. So it won't be white yet, but you'll be able to paint the black slip on. And I have to tell you right away, before you get your supplies, is that you will, you'll see that the black slip that I have, I don't know if it's a manufacturing thing or what happened, but what I have has a little bit of a green tint to it. And it'll probably stay that way. So it won't be this really rich black, but it will be, you know, there'll be a difference between the white clay and the slip that you put on. It'll just have a little bit of a greenish color to it. So again, you know, painted all black and then carved away to leave the fish shapes. The same thing here, all this interior stuff kind of carved away to leave these leaves and then the border shape. Here, like some of them you can literally, in this one you can see the carving marks here. And, you know, to me that's okay. You don't have to take away those marks. Here, not so much, you know, they're very thin, so it looks like this was maybe done in one fell swoop. So you don't have a lot of like little extra marks like those. And then here you have just examples. You know, you want your piece to be strong enough so that you can handle it and it won't change its shape. So that's why you need to wait till it's leather hard. And you can go ahead and, you know, if you need to turn it upside down. Generally, the carving is done on the outside of your piece. I mean, you can do whatever kind of shape you want. I'm leaving that up to you. You guys have the experience of knowing how to make a coil pot. You know how to make a pinch pot. You know how to make slabs. Slabs might be difficult at home, and only if you can, like, you know, get a rolling pin, then you can do a slab. If you don't have a rolling pin, then it'd be a little bit harder to make a slab pot while you're at home. So I would pick coil for this particular project because you have a little more control over the shape. Your shape isn't just kind of plain like a pinch pot like this would be. The thing about using coils is that you have to remember to score in between each coil, but you also have to find like an old credit card so that you can smooth out the surface. You don't want the coil shape. You know how you would have coils on the outside and you would see that shape of the coil? You want to just smooth that all away so that it's not competing with any design that you put on your piece. So here's a really simple bowl shape, and on the interior is this little owl sitting on a tree. This is an incredibly simple way of doing things. So I'm looking for a little bit more design than this, but you know, it's doable. This is not a hard thing. Here's 2 videos. I'm going to go ahead and show them. I didn't show them to you yesterday, but I'm going to show them to you today if the internet will cooperate. So this is like fast forward really quick, showing carving from this particular slab and using those tools to carve away and create the face. So I mean, you can create a lot of different things with this. You know, you can go realistic if you want to, or you can go, you know, just design. And then here's one. I don't know if you guys can hear that. This is a recording of a live demonstration.
Doing Scraffito carving. One of my favorite things to do is to carve my pottery.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct.
Sorry.
I'm going to be sharing some techniques that I have for that. And then later at 1:30, I'm going to be doing some pressed dishes and bowls. So we'll have that. And then at, let's see, 3 o'clock, we're going to give away stuff. We're going to be giving away rolling pin racks, a diamond core tool. We're going to be giving away some Garrity tools and speedball underglazes. Awesome. Today's a full day. Every day during ClayShareCon is a full day. So remember, this is 5 days of free online pottery tutorials, demos, giveaways. And we also have a bunch of great deals from our sponsors. So if you go to claysharecon.com, you can check out the sponsor pages and see what they're offering. Like Bailey Pottery is offering 35.
Right, I'm going to fast forward through this. All right, see what she has to say here.
The design that's there. I see some people are asking questions about the deal. Bailey Pottery has slab roller deals, and if you go to claysharecon.com, you can see that. So here's another one I did that I put a brown slip on the whole piece, and then carving through, you can see the clay. But what I did is I put my orbe, which is a green, like a celadon glaze on top. So I get a green and brown vase. Look how pretty this is from the top. Isn't that gorgeous? So we're going to do, and it's even pretty from the bottom, right? Woo! That's what happens when you don't clean out your pots. You find little friends hiding in them. And then here's one I did using a cobalt slip, but you could use a royal blue speedball underglaze or any underglaze and carve through it. And on top, again, is a celadon glaze. What else do we have here? Oh, here's one I did. I got a little carried away on this big one. I couldn't stop carving. I carved the body, the pedestal base, and the lid here. So you can see inside, you can see in the bottom of that piece, and the lid fits like that. So this is one that took me about 2 days to carve. So it can take a long time to do this. But as you can see from what I have here, the results you get are completely worth it. They really are. And so on YouTube, the sound doesn't match what my lips are saying. So there's a delay over on YouTube.
All right, so, you know, she's going to show you.
You can see the two
right, there you
vases. Go. One has been covered with black underglaze. That's what I put on this. And the other one hasn't. So there's your process. We start with a piece that we have immediately trimmed. So this is just leather hard. And I'll talk about consistency of slip and application and everything. So for my light slip, I have a recipe. It's Pilcher slip is the white one that I'm using right here on a dark clay. And the Pilcher slip is good, basically low fire to cone 10. It goes all over as far as range. And that's a good light slip. The dark slip that I'm using, this is just black speedball underglaze. That's it. Underglaze is fabulous. And you could use a white underglaze instead of using a slip you make. If I took.
So I'm just going to fast forward. You guys, this is an hour
If-
long. You don't really need to watch this.
If we
whole
want to
thing,
get into that whole new
but I'm going to fast forward a couple things. I
thickness
have.
brush, it's small,
I'm
but you
actually
know,
going
it
to
does the-
just quit this for a minute and tell you that I'm going to search around for some underglazes. There may be some in school, so you may have a different color than just black and white. So we'll see if I can find that. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be able to. All right. So if you guys wanted to watch this video, I'm going to actually stop it and get out of here. And I'm going to stop my share right now, and I am going to give me a sec, and I'm going to go find some pieces around the room to show you, and then I'm going to have you guys, first thing I'm going to ask for you is the shape of your piece and the technique that you're going to make. So you'll be using your sketchbook. You'll be drawing, you know, maybe a couple of different shapes and then picking one and giving me a sketch and a technique that you're using. And then the second thing I'm going to want from you is, what is the surface design going to look like? So that would be a little bit more of an involved drawing as far as the surface design. Let me go find you guys the stuff I wanted to show you. All right. Great. So you guys can see, here is a piece. If you can see that. It's got a little bit of, I don't know what's in there. It's been hanging around my room for a while. This piece was thrown on the potter's wheel, obviously not finished. They didn't finish this all here. And there's no clear glaze on this, so it looks a little dull. But we could put clear glaze on that. But it's a nice pattern, good thought out pattern for the shape. Here's another piece, if you can see that. This piece got a lot of carving on it. They did a pretty good job. The one thing that I would suggest with this piece is that I would vary the line. So I know that you have, I know that, who's got their speaker on? I know that you have very limited tools, but I want you to make sure that you do vary the line. I mean, you certainly can do that. And then here is an example of varied line. You know, you've got this really thick line here, some thicker lines with that, and then the thinner lines here. Stripes. So you can see, like, this particularly does fit the shape, how it kind of pulls your eye up with these big thick lines. So those are some examples of what we'll be doing. So that being said, I'd really like, is anybody still working on their stop motion? You guys are all good with that? All right. So what I'd really want is for you guys to continue with, or to figure out your shape, your design, and we'll submit those tomorrow. So that, I think I'll just do it as one submission. You could do 2 different images if you want, or you can do one, but I want you to have a really solid plan, definitely a solid plan of what you're going to do and what it's going to look like. And then tomorrow, I got to go buy plastic bags, but tomorrow I will get clay together for everyone. And I'll put up the survey to see if Monday or Tuesday people can come. If you're coming to school on Monday and Tuesday, you're good. You guys, Ashley, I'll give you supplies tomorrow, okay? So that you can have that for next week at home. So unfortunately, those of you who are coming to school, I don't think it's a good idea to carry it back and forth. So you'll probably be working on it at home. I don't know. I don't know how to deal with that. The other thing I want to say is if you guys have your pinch pots, and those of you at home who are coming to pick up supplies, let's trade off. Bring me your pinch pots, I can fire them, and you can get your supplies. So don't forget to do that.
I have a question.
Okay.
For people at home, are we gonna bring them in to go to the kiln?
Yeah, you have to. Unless you got like.
Or if, like we would bring them in, or like we wouldn't kill them, because I don't have one at home, obviously.
Yeah, not very many people do. Yeah, I would say careful transportation of bringing them in. I think that I think the best plan for everyone is to kind of keep up so that we're kind of all on the same timeline, so that for the next, you'll come get these supplies and give me your pinch pot. Then you'll come bring me your Scraffito pot, and then take some more supplies, depending on what I come up with for us to do. I'm trying to keep it, that you're not running back and forth to school. But I also am trying to give you guys the opportunity that, like, as if you were in school and you had the stuff that we have here. So it's like this balance I'm trying to maintain that I don't know if I'm doing very good at it or not.
Come in and be able to do stuff than like just sit at home and do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we'll keep kind of coming back and forth. I hope your parents, or those of you who are old enough to drive, hate to use your gas, but it's better to have supplies than to not.
So I have a question.
Yes.
So we're not going to come in the booth to pick up our items like last time. We're going all the way to your class.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the best thing for me, and I think it might be okay for you guys. And the time frame is the same. So 7 to 2:30, I'm here with the exclusion of Wednesdays, I'm here. So the area right outside the south side of the building, kind of where the preschool is and the foods and nutrition classes. Do you guys know where that is?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's right there, right near my room. So I got my mom has all these shopping bags. So I got all these shopping bags for you guys. I'll put your name on it. The supplies will be in it. You can just pull in, run up to the door and grab it. They'll be outside, so you don't even have to come inside.
If
And
you go near your room.
yeah, like if you were to leave my room and go to like Miss Schneller's room or Miss Sipko's room, or like down
Down the
that,
hallway to the right.
yeah, if you were leaving my room and you made a right-hand turn and then you made another right-hand turn, and there's glass on one side and 2 classes on the other, that area.
Okay.
The reason I choose that is because it's easy for me to get it out there for you. Plus, you don't have to like come inside, and we don't have to bother Kim in the booth. And then the other thing is that like I'll pull it in at night and put it back out the next day for people. Like I have some stuff out there for my first level class for people.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, it works out as long as you have the right, you know where exactly to go. So it works out pretty well. All right, so I'm going to stop this recording because I don't think I need to record anymore.